Hey everyone, welcome to today's lesson. And in this lesson, we are going to learn two important but simple networking tricks, which is redundant interface and link aggregation, which we'll be using on the FortiGate and the Cisco switches. And don't worry, I will explain everything in a step-by-step manner. So let's start with the basic. A redundant interface is like having a backup cable and one is active and the other one waits silently in case the first one fails. A link aggregation, on the other hand, is also called LACP or Aggregate Interface, and is different from the redundant interfaces. It combines two or more links into one bigger pipe, giving you both speed and redundancy. Now, redundant interfaces only has one active link at a time, and if it fails, backup link becomes active. Now, only purpose would be failover and not load balancing, while as the aggregate interface has multiple interfaces and act as one, and all the interfaces which are part of the aggregate interfaces will be actively participating in the data forwarding. Now the purpose of this kind of setup is load balancing plus redundancy. Uses the LACP protocol. Let's imagine you are running a water supply system for your house. A redundant interface is like having two water pipes, only one is used at a time and the second one kicks in only if the first breaks. A link aggregation is like combining both pipes so that water flows through both at the same time, which is faster and smoother. One focuses on backup and the other on performance plus backup. So that is the mm, explanation of both the redundant interface and the aggregation interface. I have a couple of the steps already mentioned in this PowerPoint. I'll share you with this file, and I will share the config file as well. Now I will show you the GUI method as well as CLI, but I will share this CLI method with you in the resource that I will be sharing. All this about the Cisco switch side configurations and the uh, FortiGate side CLI configurations. We'll see GUI as well, web GUI, how we will be doing this. Alright, so let's go to our topology, and in this topology what we are going to do is we will have this section right here, and we have two interfaces here connecting from the switch to the FortiGate firewall. First we will see the redundant interfaces, wherein we will make this port 2 and port 4 as a redundant interface, and these two will be the access layer. Now remember, in the case of the redundant interfaces, these should be always accessed, as the LACP is not supported in the redundant interface setup. Okay, so we'll make this as access, these two. And the previous lab, what we have done is, I think we have two VLANs here, so I'll make this as a single VLAN and make all this part of the single VLAN. So in that case, what we will do, let's go to the switch quickly, okay, and enable config. So I'll say config T, I'll say default interface Ethernet. So I'll say default interface range, then I have Ethernet, then I have 0/0/2/3. So it covers 00/01/02/03, all the four interfaces. Alright, and I'll say already default interface, right? So I'm part of this. Now I'll say default interface, and now I'll go to the interface range, Ethernet 0/0/2/3. Alright, and then I'll say switch port mode access, and then switch port access VLAN 10. So I'll make part of all these four ports part of VLAN 10. Alright, and then that is done. And if I see show VLAN brief in my switch, I have VLAN 10, VLAN 20. So 10 all the switches, all the ports are part of VLAN 10. So I think on the switch side this is what I need, and this one I'll change to, let's say this one I will change to 10. Okay, we'll configure some IP. This is 10, so 10.10, this is 10.20, let's say like that. So that is the switch side. Now on the firewall side, I'm on Fortinet 2, which is on 51. I'll refresh this. Yes, so I will enter the username, password. Now I think we have a previous configuration here. So if I go to my interfaces, let me see. So yeah, so I have a previous configuration of the port 1, which is my management, that is fine. Then I have port 3, which is 10.10.51. so port 3, okay, fine. So I have to configure port 2, port 4. Alright, port 2, port 4. So let's do it for redundant interface first. Port 2 and port 4, I will go to port 2, port 2 and port 4. Okay, fine. So in this case what you have to do is to create an interface, and let's say this is my RI inside, means redundant interface inside, and this is going to be a redundant interface. Last time we created VLAN, now this time a redundant interface, and you just have to specify the member interface. So I have port 2 and I have port 4. Now remember, whatever interface you specify as the first one, if I say port 4 and then port 2, the first one is going to be active. That means in this case port 4 is going to be active, and in this case port 2 is going to be active by default. Okay, so just remember that, and then you will specify the IP address on that interface. For us this is going to be 10.0.10.51, and this is going to be a /24 subnet. Okay, so now what you do here is you don't configure anything on the physical port, you will configure all the settings on the configurations on the redundant interface. Okay, so you're saying this is the IP address with the /24, and then I will enable the ping on this interface, and yeah, that's it. So we'll enable, you want to give an alias as well, so you can do it, but let's keep it like this. This is the LAN side obviously, and you can have this for the WAN as well. Okay, so this is my redundant interface, this is everything's done. Now we will have a policy. I think I do have a security policy for this one. No, I don't have. So first of all, as I'm here, I should be able to ping from this to that, or on the switch if I have an SVI for VLAN 10. I hope I have. Show IP interface brief. If I do, I have an SVI for VLAN 10, so I can go here and ping that IP 10.0.10.51. This should be reachable. Yeah, right. So we are not sure right now which one is carrying the traffic. We can be sure, like if you go here and go into the network interfaces and go to the RI and see which one, that means port 2. Port 2 means on the switch side it's going to be Ethernet 0/0. Now if you see here, show interface Ethernet 0/0. If we do, it should be the packets, right? This is 1064 and then 12,000 some 1,22,000 some bytes. So you do it again couple of times and then do it this, you should see this increasing. So you can see 1064 10, like that you are increasing the packets. Now if you do on the same on this interface, you should see 367 as static. It should not change while I am doing the pings. How many times I do the pings, that on 3 this is going to be as is, and if I go and check on 00, should have increased now. Okay, so that means this 00 is carrying all the traffic. Now on the other hand, I will go and configure this end device. Okay, from the end device, which is my R9, yeah, R9. So I'm on R9, this one. I can do a show IP interface brief right, and 10.10 I can ping my 10.0.10.51, which is going to be my repeat repeat and going to ping this, which is going to be my firewall. Okay, and I should be able to hit the repeater keyword. I don't think it is here. Anyways, I can do the same on this side as well. I can go here on this interface, Control C. I think I am already doing this. If config, I am on Ethernet 0 as 10.10.10.10.20. Okay, fine. Then I will ping not 8 I'll ping this guy continuously. Yeah, right. So I can ping this guy continuously, and let's say if I go and disable one of the interfaces. Now this what do you say, can be detected on the firewall side only. Now if you disable this on the switch, it should not be any I mean the firewall will not be able to detect this. This is for the failure on the firewall side. Now if we go as we know, ETH00 is the one which is carrying the traffic. Config 2 interface Ethernet 0 by 0, because if you go to 3 and then do a shutdown of this interface, this ping is not going to stop. See, the ping is continuous, right? So in case if you go and do a no shut on this interface and then go to the interface 0 by 0, which is actually carrying the traffic, and do a shutdown here, that the ping is going to be stopped and you will not see this switching over to the other interface. Correct? So in case, what we will do is we'll do a no shutdown here, no shutdown, right, and end and right, and it should come back now after some time. Show interface status, if I do my ETH0 and both are up. Alright, so after some time this should come up back when the switch is going to learn the MAC addresses. So if I do MAC address table dynamic, I should learn I've already learned basically this. Yeah, now it has started back again. Okay, so how do you I mean basically this is when the port on the firewall gets fails or something, right? So if I go to the interfaces and let's say I have port 2 as of now, and I'll go to port I cannot go like just to port, let's say port 2 here. I just remove it. Okay, let's say I just remove it and close, and if you see here, it just stopped for some time and then started again, right? That means port 2 failed and port 4 took care of it. Now if you go to the switch now, which is on the switch here, and we were checking the interface what do you say, the packets, so it will be keep on increasing on 3 now this time. So 411, 414, so it's keep on increasing because you can see that interface is taking the traffic. Now 00 will be 1252 always, because no traffic is going from there. 1253 basically. Yeah, so that is how you do the redundant interface on the FortiGate firewalls. I hope you understood how this is configured, and we will do the next one, which is the aggregate interface. Now in an aggregate interface, what we do is we kind of bundle this one, right? And you also create a bundle here, which is the LACP port channel. Okay, so we'll do that, and for that what we will do is, first of all, we'll just go here and delete this. Now in order to delete this, first of all you have to remove these ports from here. Alright, and you go here, and then obviously we will have to delete some of the things. Okay, what else? Have you used this somewhere? If you go here and check, and you can see, so this is a very good thing. In case, so for example, I'm not able to delete this, right? That means this this object is basically used somewhere. So if you can come here, you will see where it is referenced. You can click on here directly and it will show you where it is referenced. So this is our I inside address has been created like this. So you can delete this address object, or maybe RI address interface has the interface mentioned here. You can see RI inside, right? So you can either delete this one. So I'll go here and let's say I'll go and delete this first. I'll go and delete this with an OK. Great, that is done. Now I can go to my interface here and delete this interface. See, so I have this now. Okay, delete it. Done. Now next thing I want to create is a the link aggregation. Now I'll show you this on the CLI. So what we will do is, I mean, you have to also create the port channel, right, on the Cisco side. So we can do that later, but first we'll do the aggregation here. I will go to the CLI here, FGT this one, and then I will say edit. No, we'll go to the config system, and then you have the interface, right? Then you do let's say edit. Now I will name this as LACP link. Alright, LACP link added, and then you set the what do you say, type, which is aggregate. Okay, you can do the same on the, if I go to and create a duplicate tab, I'll show you here. So what I'm doing here, I'm just creating a new interface and mentioning this as a link, LACP link, and then I'm specifying the type as aggregate, this one. Alright, so nothing special. So I'm doing this all on the CLI. Okay, then I will say member set member. I will specify two ports, port 2 and port 4. So this is my members. Then I have the set LACP mode as active, specify active mode, and then I will set the IP here, which is going to be my 10.0.10.51, and then the /24. Okay, then I will say next and end. Okay, the VDOM, right? I think this is also fine. I will go again here and say config system interface. Then I will go to the edit. What is that? LACP, then link like this. Then I will say what? Set VDOM is equal to root. I think, yeah, this one. And then I have to say next and end. Interface. I have specified the interface as what do you say, the link interface. Yeah, the set type, right? So that I have already specified. What else? What is type aggregate I have specified, and then I can, yes, I can also specify. So I can go again here and go to the config system interface, and then I will say edit the LACP link, this one, and what do you say, and I will specify set LO access. I want the ping here. Okay, and set interface, I don't have anything here. Basically set and then IP. So I'll say next, and attribute window must be set. Okay, so if I go here, config system this, edit this, and say set attribute, or set VDOM, yeah, VDOM, and this is root. That is my root VDOM, right? And if I do, still I am facing some issue here. Okay, let me check this. This is the code. So let's do it on the GUI. I will forward you the, maybe because of the version, right? I'm doing this on the new version. So if I go here, let's say I can do this, but here it is not working. Anyways, let's do it on the what do you say, web GUI. So what I'll do is, here is let's say the changes have not been saved. Basically, if you see, you can't see the aggregate interface, so I'll just create an aggregate interface. Let's say this is my LACP link. Okay, this is what we did, and then instead I'll mention this as that, and then port 2 and port 4 I will mention. Okay, and then I'll specify the IP, which is 10.0.10.51, and you can just specify the /24 or the subnet mask. Yeah, I'll just specify the /24 like this, /24, and then I'll enable the ping here, and okay. So this is on the FortiGate side. Now on the switch side, you have to create a LACP. Now I'll go on the switch, which is here, and config key. Now on the interfaces, which are basically 00 and 03, I'll go and say interface, no, I'll say default interface Ethernet 00 and 03. Then I will go and say interface range Ethernet 00 comma Ethernet 03. Then I will say as port channel channel group 10 mode, I'll say active. Let's say this is what I want from my this thing, right? Channel group port active, port channel group 10, which is, I will create the port channel now. So so this is going to be layer 2 on the switch side. Great. So if I go here, it has changed to up. So if I go exit and say do show IP interface brief, if I do, I should see this one is up. Show port channel 10. If I do show interface, sorry, like this. Yeah, so this is up, and I can see the the Mac, and I should see, wait a second, MTU port channel, this is up, keep alive, and packets are also going on. So that means this guy is started. So config T interface port channel 10 no shut. I'm already up basically. So instead of that, I should say switch port trunk encapsulation .1q switch port mode trunk, right? Or I can make this as an access as well. So either way should work. So I'll just try it here. It's not working, so it came up. Let's just, it came up. So from the switch, if I see show IP interface brief, which is going to be VLAN 1020, I have not assigned that to any VLAN. Now I could do that. Let's try that one. 10.0.10.51 is my next stop, which is not working. So I will basically go to my, let this ping succeed. Okay, I'll go to the configuration mode, config T interface port channel 10 switch port mode access, switch port access VLAN 10. Let's say we'll make this as a and I want to see do show run interface port channel 10. Okay, so I want to remove this encapsulation command. Okay, let's see now. Okay, show interface status. So if I see, the port channel is up and auto. Okay, this is good. This should come up now. Yeah. So I mean, you can make this as trunk as well, but I might be missing some configurations there. Anyways, the idea is to show you the verification that this is working fine. Now in this case, if any link from either side fails, there should be a switchover. For example, for this one I have port 00 and port 3. If I go to my switch, which is going to be interface, let's say I'll fail one of the interface, Ethernet 00, I'll say shutdown, but the traffic would still continue, right? If you can see, traffic is still continue, and I'll say no shut. Alright, doesn't matter, traffic is up. Even if I go to port 3, right, and here you can see traffic continues, and go to port 3 and say shutdown, the traffic should continue after some time, right? So the port 3 went down, we'll just wait for some time, and because if you see those show IP interface brief here, the port channel should be up, right? This is up. The maybe the MAC address is getting desynced. That will take some time, and it should be up again. The traffic should resync. So if you go to show what do you say, end, and say show MAC address table dynamic, and I should be learning some on the port 10, right? I am learning this. So within some time we should see the traffic coming back here, or I can do what do you say, clear MAC address table dynamic on interface port channel 10, let's say, and this should I mean initiate that back again. So if I go here and I do this this should kick in back. So if I go to my show interface, let me check, that is what I can find now. It takes some time because this is not the actual hardware, like, so yeah, but the idea is this is how you configure this. Now I did disable one of the interfaces, which is this one, so I'll re-enable this config t interface, this one no shut. So this is back, right? And now on the, I mean, anyways, you got the idea, right? How this is done, the aggregate interfaces. So hopefully you understood the concept and the idea of the redundant interface and the aggregation interfaces on the um, uh, FortiGate firewalls. So mm, so let's quickly recap what we learned today. Okay, we learned the redundant interface, which is for the failover only, which is one cable is active, the other is a backup. Then we learned about the aggregate interface, which uses LACP and is for speed plus redundancy. Both cables work together simultaneously. So I'll just go here and try to do this, or maybe I will go to the switch, and again yeah, this came up. So after some time this should yeah, so this is working fine. And on Cisco we can use simple access ports for redundant and ether channel for aggregate interfaces, and always try to match the configuration on both sides. Yeah, so a great job guys. Today you have learned two powerful ways to improve the network reliability and performance, and you did it without needing to be a network expert. Now keep practicing, stay curious, and remember, every expert was once a beginner. So don't forget to like the video, share it with your techie friends, and subscribe to more easy to follow lessons. I will see you in the next one. Happy networking. Till then, bye bye.